The truth is out there, but some truths were never meant to be found. Today we're diving deep into the dark unknown, beyond aliens, past conspiracies, and into the twisted corners of the X-Files you've never seen before. These are 10 new and original villains designed to challenge even the sharpest minds at the FBI. From memory erasing nuns to hunted radio signals, these aren't your usual suspects. Shout out to this comment for the idea. And if you have an idea similar to this, then let me know in the comments and I see what I can do. The first one we have is the Pale Shepherd. Background: a spectral figure said to hunt abandoned psychiatric hospitals across the East Coast. Patients once claimed he whispered to them before they vanished. Powers: induce walking hallucinations that trap victims in repeating trauma loops until they mentally collapse. That is scary. That is scary. What answer do we have against something like that? The Pale Shepherd. Wow. Next we have is Dr. Virgil Morse. Background: a disgraced geneticist who vanished after illegal human-animal splicing experiments. Now he roams as something not quite human. Powers: enhanced senses, shifting vision between ultraviolet and thermal, and retractable claws with paralyzing venom. This definitely is something straight out of the X-Files. And the background and the story of it is interesting. If they haven't done anything like this already, they have to do this one. Next we have is Zero's sister. Background: a nun who renounced her faith and vanished in 1974. Local lore says she made a pact with the data void, a psychic plane of erased memory. Powers: can erase names, identity, or entire people from records and memory. Zero's sister, that makes so much sense for that name. I'm trying to wrap my mind around this concept. Since 1974, do you understand how many people she might have erased since then? That is a scary case to take on. Next we have the Holokin. Background: creatures born from grief in areas hit hardest by disaster, thought to be manifestations of emotional trauma given form. Powers: mimic the voices and faces of dead loved ones, lure victims into secluded areas before draining their will to live. Somebody take this case right now and put it into the Holokin. That is insane. That is scary. That is something we don't need walking around. Next we have Agent Rook. Background: once a high-ranking FBI agent in charge of black budget psyops. After being exposed to an experimental neural drug, he now sees the world differently. He acts as a cleanser of forbidden knowledge. Powers: immune to psychic influence, can detect lies and secrets like scents in the air. Okay. And with the background of an FBI agent, which is a high-ranking one, Agent Rook is dangerous. Dangerous. So I like this character. I could definitely see this one as being a major character that they have to put it into, you know. Next we have the Lantern Man. Background: a traveling ghost story across Appalachia. He appears before those about to die and offers them a final bargain: truth or peace. Powers: can momentarily halt death, reveal hidden truths, or burn away someone's past. That is interesting, very complex. Is this character a bad character? Is he neutral? Is he good? I don't know. Next we have Mother Static. Background: a sentient radio frequency discovered by accident in 1986 by a ham radio operator. It has since spread across forgotten bandwidth, infecting electronics. Powers: possessed analog devices can speak through TVs and radios, manipulating listeners into paranoia and violence. This is a prime villain, a prime character for the X-Files. It makes so much sense to have this. 1986. How can y'all let this thing, this Mother Static, be around for that long, you know? Next we have Lucian Vale. Background: a mysterious private investigator from the 1950s who never aged, suspected of making a deal with something outside of time. Powers, time dilation, can slow time around him or glimpse fragments of someone's future. Since 1950, wow, never age. So there's some type of immortality at play. I like it. Lucian Vale, I like it. You might as well be on the good side and help us out with that because the powers that this guy has is very useful. Next, we have the Dandelion Widow. Background: appears in towns where unexplained disappearances spike, always tied to local legends of a grieving bride who can bloom into the wind. Powers: controls spores that hypnotize and erase memories, allowing her to collect people to join her lost groom. Scary. That does come off like a local legend. I love it. They're like a folklore, The Dandelion Widow. Man, that is dope. That could definitely be something. Last but not least is the Echo Child. Background: a clone from a top secret military experiment to create a perfect psychic weapon. The facility was shut down, but one test subject escaped. Powers: psychic mimicry, can copy the thoughts, fears, and even powers, wow, of anyone nearby. This is dope. Everybody on this list is up to lose their powers or have their powers be copied, by the Echo Child. Very powerful. That is a huge episode if they decide to go this route, with this similar character with the powers. What do y'all think about this? Let me know in the comments. And y'all stay safe.